Hey everyone, it's Abby Glassenberg from Craft Industry Alliance. I hope you are doing well. We took a little summer break from our member spotlights, but we're back. And I'm very excited today. We're going to be talking with one of our brand new members, actually. Her name is Elizabeth, and she just became a member over the summer as part of our scholarship program. So I'm excited to have Elizabeth joining us. And also, Elizabeth is from Nigeria. So she might be one of our members who lives the furthest away from me. I'm in the Boston area, so she should be joining us shortly, but I just wanted to give you a little update, let you know what's going on here. We were having some audio problems with our member spotlights, which was part of the cause of our sort of summer hiatus, but I think those problems should be resolved by now, and hopefully we have crystal clear audio. I noticed my giraffe is right above me. So hopefully those audio problems are resolved by now, and I'm excited to be back and featuring our Craft Industry Alliance members. I did want to draw your attention to some free events that are happening at the end of this week. So today is Wednesday. Starting tomorrow and running through Friday, we have the Surface Design Symposium in collaboration with Spoonflower. And this is a 2-day jam-packed event. It's all virtual and all free. We're going to be starting things off with a session with Sarah Watts, who will be teaching us all about Photoshop shortcuts. Sarah is amazing from Ruby Star Society and previously Cotton and Steel, and also she's just a wonderful artist all on her own. So she's going to be teaching that session tomorrow if you're interested in learning a little bit more about Photoshop. Directly after that, we're going to have a session about Procreate, using Procreate as a digital sketchbook. And then in the evening, Mabel Tan, who is a surface designer and artist from Australia, will be doing our keynote speech in the evening, and I'll be moderating that session as well with Mabel. She's amazing. Her artwork's beautiful. So I'm excited to hear more about her career and her creative journey. So that's on Thursday. And then Friday is all panel discussions. So the one I'm going to be moderating is about AI, which is such a huge topic, so important. We have 3 incredible experts joining us, and that's on Friday at 11:45 a.m. Eastern. And we're going to be talking about all excited about that one. And Elizabeth, I see you here. Hopefully you should be able to request to join at the bottom, where there's a little plus sign, and that will allow you to come on live. Let me just double check if there's a way to see that. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, so I hope you'll be able to join us for the Spoonflower Symposium, and that's coming up on Thursday and Friday. There's Elizabeth.
Hi, good evening.
We made it work. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good evening, live from Lagos, Nigeria. Hi, Abby, you look amazing.
And so do you. What time is it where you are?
It's 6:30 p.m. in the evening.
Nice. Okay, great. So, well, I'm very excited to have you. Elizabeth, tell us a little bit about your creative business. You're deeply involved in the knitting world and teaching knitting and teaching young people to knit. So tell us a little bit about what it is that you do.
All right, I'm just trying to find the appropriate position so that I'll be all set and ready. So hi, everyone. My name is Okeyele Elizabeth Olatunji. I'm the proprietress for Tunnizze Creation. And what we do is we provide needlecraft classes across schools in Lagos and other states across Nigeria. So what we do is our vision statement to be the most popular provider of needlecraft classes with locally sourced materials that drive passion, enhance creativity, and encourage hard work. So we infuse all of these into our handwork classes. We always say that handwork is the least recognized method to weave academics, deep learning, and memorable experience into everyday life. So what are these lovely skills that we want our children to learn? Their hard work, their creativity, their patience, their persistence. We infuse all of this into our handwork classes, and that makes it unique. And we speak this language in the form of yarn, knitting pins, and crochet pins.
That's amazing. amazing. And you're totally right. Those qualities of hard work, persistence, creativity, those are all, aspects of all crafts, but specifically of knitting for sure. And so that's a really great way of thinking about it. And so what age groups are you teaching? And is it boys and girls, or are you like coming into the schools and doing it there, or are you doing it outside of school?
All right. Now we have what we call the after school club, where we have knitting and crochet as part of the extracurricular activities that some schools have embraced over the years. So in that case, we have a knitting and crochet club as an after school club in some schools. And some schools say, no, 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 knitting and crochet is so nice. We don't want it as an after school activity. We want it as an in-school activity, as a learning enhancement program. So we infuse that into the handwork classes during the school activity. So we get on the timetable, we get 35 minutes once per week to teach certain classes. So we range from year 1 to year 6. And we have boys and girls in our class.
That's fantastic. I have to tell you, in the United States, at least where I live in Massachusetts, there is no handwork class like that, even once a week in schools for children of that age. And I wish there were, because I'm guessing not every kid loves the classes, but I'm guessing there are some kids who absolutely love them, and it's like the highlight of their week to have this type of instruction. And then outside of class, they probably pursue it on their own, and it really teaches them a skill that they can pursue for the rest of their life.
Yes, yes. And I must say that it's actually relaxing for some of these children who get to do the knitting and crochet as an after school club. Some of them are already tired. They're tired from a hectic day at school. So they come to the knitting and crochet club to relax. So you see them, they are with their knitting pins, they are with their yarn, they are talking with their friends, they are bonding, they are connecting, and they are relaxed. So we have them, they don't want to miss knitting and crochet for anything. They love it. So their enthusiasm, their passion keeps us going, and we want to see them every week.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a total de-stressor, and it's a de-stressor for kids too, and such a nice way to build community too, because of course while you're working, you're talking and connecting with everybody, and it's, for all the same reasons that all of us seek out craft, kids do as well. So did you learn how to knit when you were a child, or when did you learn, and how did you learn?
I learned how to knit as a child with broomstick in my primary school. That time, no one was teaching it. So you just have your classmates who comes to school with broomstick, there's yarn, and they start to knit. So I learned that at 8 when I went to a public primary school. I didn't learn how to read patterns. I didn't learn how to cast off, but I knew knitting was something that I enjoyed. Then fast forward to when a friend of mine was relocating to the US, she gifted me her knitting pins, and I returned back to my passion and started knitting. And I said, oh, how can I make other children love this? Then I started going to school in my undergraduate years as a textile technologist. I have a background in textile technology. And there we learn about machine knitting, we learn about fiber, we learn about weaving and the likes. So I feel, oh, how do I infuse this such that the young child who wants to learn can learn right? Then that is when I now had to say, oh, let me go to the schools properly, let me teach them right, and let me do it right. Then I now also needed to do a bit of certification, and that's where my accountant came with the Craftian Council. I needed to be taught, I needed to learn how to teach knitting. Then when I went for the knit level 1 and knit level 2, it helped my classes to be better. And since then, it's been going on and on. And recently, I'm also doing a professional diploma in education, where we're trying to use scientific explanation to explain the beautiful moments we have in our knitting and crochet classes. How do we make meaning out of this? How do we make it scientific? That is where the project-based learning, which I'm test running this term, comes in. So I want to do all of these things and enjoy it and put them in documentation so that other people can learn and enjoy as well and do it right. That's what we have missing in Nigeria, which is really everywhere in the US. We have all your things are well arranged here, unlike in Nigeria. So we are teaching them right, how to read patterns, how to go about it, and how to learn in the right way.
Right, because so you were saying that when you were a child and you learned with the knitting needles being broomsticks. Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. And I didn't learn it right. I didn't learn how to read pattern because there were no teachers to teach me that time. So what I didn't have is what I'm giving to the regular Nigerian children. You want to learn, you want to enjoy, come and do it right.
Right. And now you've gotten this certification from the Craft Yarn Council on their, the premier certifier of knitting teachers. And so that must have been a
correct.
really intense but interesting experience for you to sort of,
Yes, it was. It was. Eddie Ekman is also part of the Craft Alliance industry. She was my master teacher. She was very helpful to help me organize my classes and make it better. So from the time I got my certification, it has enhanced the quality of my learning experience, teaching experience, and also helped my children to also be better because I am teaching them the right way.
That's amazing. I love it. So tell us about some plans that you have for the future. You've got big dreams and are very busy and very engaged. So what are some things that are coming up for you and for the classes and for training teachers and that sort of thing?
Yes. Now, I have partnered with the Alpha Industry Limited, the yarn manufacturing company in Nigeria, so that they can label our yarns right. Then recently, I was able to design the Baby Lamb Extra Bulky yarn, which is the size 4 yarn, because we don't have size 4 yarns in Nigeria. We have size 3 yarns, which we have to double for the knitting classes. But now we now have the size 4 yarn, so we make it available for the regular Nigerian child to learn. So when you learn how to knit, you can go to the local market and buy a bulky yarn and go on from there. Now, I want all of African children to learn it right. I must say that we have a lot of marginalized communities in Africa. We have them in Nigeria a lot. And recently I was in Kenya and I also visited a couple of marginalized communities. Now, many of these children do not have the opportunities that the children in the US have. They don't. So what is in for them? If you leave them with a craft activity, it will keep them busy, give them something to be able to make money for in the future, and they're able to build community. I want the whole of the African children to benefit from this. Yes, so I'm not keeping this to the Nigerian child alone. I was in Kenya recently. I was able to reach out with some team of volunteers, Eshe Yarns. We worked with close to 1,000 children. I'm looking at Uganda and Tanzania and a host of other African countries as well. I must say, if we want something to outlive generations, we put it in the hands of children. What more? Give them something they enjoy doing. So I want the whole of the African children to benefit from working with their hands and also learning these lovely skills. So I'm looking for partnership. I'm open to partnership. Young companies that do not have their products in Africa, they want to export the African market. They are fine. They can sponsor some of our trips, make their products available so we can take it around, and some of these children can enjoy using them. So when they know what to do, the market will be open. So for me, I say the industry is big in Africa. There's a lot to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a huge untapped market and a growth opportunity for sure. And I love that you're working with marginalized communities. I think that's amazing. And that you've actually even developed your own bulky yarn that is the perfect yarn for starter knitters to be able to use, and making that available at the market so people can go and replenish and get what they need in order to keep making projects. So this is fantastic. So if there's a yarn company out there listening and thinking, wow, this would be a really good next step for us, how should they get in touch with you and maybe talk together with you?
Oh, that's amazing. So I'm very active on all my social media page, Tunnizze Creation. Not only the young company, the needle companies can come as well. Those who are into the business of branding kits can also come as well. All things crafts can come. We can work together and explore the African market. So Tunnizze Creation is my name on Facebook. It's my business name on Facebook. My business name on Instagram. I'm very, very much active on LinkedIn as well, and also on Twitter. So I'll be waiting for them to reach out to me.
That's so fabulous. Elizabeth, I love knowing you. I love that you're a member. You're always so enthusiastic and excited about everything that we're doing. And so we just feel like really blessed and happy to have somebody in Nigeria who's working on this mission. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Abby, and well done. Your energy is like the Nigerian energy. You're always very active and pushing as well. Well done. I am so proud of you together, and thank you for the opportunity for the scholarship. Thank you so much, Abby. Thank you.
Of course, absolutely. Thank you, everybody who joined us today, and we will see you next week. Bye, Elizabeth. Have a great rest of the day.
So, Abby, please share the link with us so that I can have some of my friends in this interview as well.
Oh,
thank you, Abby.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.